Today I'm here to talk to you about post-pandemic pressure, or PPP as I like to call it. As you may see, my dog Buck is in the background too because he feels strongly about this as well. Post-pandemic pressure is a concept that I've come up with after talking to lots of different clients and lots of people even in my personal life and my own experience of what's happened in the last few months as things have started to open up. So, we all know how it felt in the beginning. We all know that we were waiting for this time when things would go back to normal, and the start of the vaccine rollout helped us believe that that was on its way. We imagined that it would be amazing and sunshine and roses and exciting, and we thought about all those things that we had shelved at the beginning of the pandemic in order to put our head down and go into survival mode and move forward. Now, a couple things are at play here. One is, for a lot of us, especially the many of us whose lives were operating at a pace that was unsustainable to begin with, there was an odd relief about having a legitimate excuse to put these things aside. We live in a world where we are overworked, overscheduled, under-rested, and so having a valid reason to take a pause actually felt good for a lot of people. Now, that was also countered with the scariness and the uncertainty, but for many people that was the case, that there was something that felt like a relief. Suddenly, you get your vaccine, you're supposed to keep moving forward, you're supposed to do all those things. And then what's happened for a lot of people is they finish up their second round, if that's what they were doing, or they finish all their vaccines that are necessary, and they don't feel any different. Or worse, they experience a low-grade depression kind of feeling. Oftentimes that came from sensing that nothing really felt that different, especially if you were in the beginning of the vaccines when really the rules hadn't changed that dramatically for how we interact with each other. Or it may be an intense experience of anxiety. What are the rules? How do I do this? What does life look like now? What do I feel okay with? What's okay with the world? Not understanding how to function in regular life because the rules keep changing and we're here yet again with a new set of rules. So then what makes PPP worse is we keep it to ourselves because we think we're not supposed to feel this way. We're supposed to be excited. We're supposed to get back on that horse and go back to all the things that you left behind. That might be leaving a bad marriage or a bad relationship, quitting a job, moving on to a new job, finding a new job, going back to school, learning a new skill, all these things that we were able to just sort of take a breath and put aside. And that is making it feel like there's immense pressure to do all of this. Here's what I want to say. We have been in survival mode for the last 15 plus months during all of this, that it wreaks havoc on your nervous system, on your body, on your brain. It is going to be a process. We are not equipped to jump back into life as if the pandemic never happened. This was a global trauma. I want to say that again, a global trauma. Trauma requires healing and processing, and we are just barely in the beginning stages of doing that, and I'm not even sure we're actually there. This can be particularly challenging too if you are in a relationship, because I always bring it back to relationships, and you and your partner feel differently. Perhaps you both are experiencing PPP, but it's showing up differently. Someone has a low-grade depression, someone has anxiety. Perhaps one person is feeling great and very ready to go back into the world, and the other one very much isn't. This can be extremely challenging, especially on the heels of what you've been through. Your resources are limited, which means that you don't have it in you perhaps to battle yet another change in the way you live your life. If you are experiencing PPP, please know you are not alone. Post-pandemic pressure is real. Yes, it's a term I made up, but yes, it's also a real thing. And a reminder, again, it's a process. Move slowly, be gentle with yourself, be gentle with your partners, and know that what you are experiencing is completely normal. Take good care of yourselves. See you soon.